Hello and welcome to another episode of Why You Need This. And today I'm going to talk to you about why you need a Swiss Army knife in your life, and specifically either the Climber and or the Pioneer X. I've got a couple of others to show you as well. But a lot of these, one of the reasons that you need one is because from a scientific and spiritual perspective, it will make you and others around you more happy. And now bear with me on this because you're probably thinking, well, I don't want to watch this video. This guy's crazy, but bear with me, okay? So I've been into, I'll keep this short and sweet, but I've been a lot more spiritual in the last couple of years. And I'm a scientist by trade, and I'm interested in the science of happiness and for the last thousands of years, spiritually and scientifically, in the 21st century, scientists are proving that if you help other people, you are more happy. And every time, I don't know about you, but every time I've helped someone, I get a buzz. I love helping people, and so it's great having one of these knives on you because you get loads of little opportunities to help people out, and it's so you're getting happy, they're getting helped out, they're getting happy. It's just a nice little happy buzz. So I've got that out of the way now, the airy fairy stuff, and also from a practical point of view, they are just so useful. More than you need to have one for a little time to and think outside the box to really understand how useful they are. Anyway, let's get less of my face on the camera and more the goodness. So we have here the Pioneer X. This is my most recent one and probably going to be my last Victorinox Swiss Army knife. Unbelievable. This is the Super Deluxe Tinker, but I'm not going to talk too much about that one. This is the Hiker. This is my first one I bought years ago, and then I put it on my car keys, and it got in the way because it's too big, and so I never carried it around, and it just got put in a drawer. But I'll come back to that one. This goes on my keys. I've got one of my early videos was about this. This is the Victorinox SD. I think everyone should have one of these. Great Christmas present, very useful. And these are the two, and this is the Climber. I'm going to talk about this one as well. But you might be watching this video and you know the functions of this and you know the functions of that. By the way, I've actually modded this in 2 different ways, and I'm going to show you the functions at the end of this video, because if you do know already, you can stop early. And there's another contender called the Compact, which I don't own. And a Compact is very similar to this and this, okay? And the Compact, Victorinox knives, okay? There's so many different ones out there. For example, this is the Hiker, and it has the saw on it. So it's more for an outdoors sort of type person. I'm more of an I'm more of a urban knife, pen knife type guy, because I don't go in the woods that much. I walk my dog, but I don't cut wood in the woods. This is a pen knife with a set of pliers, which are more like I think they're more like super tweezers. They're so precision, so useful for grabbing little things, and to be honest, I do really like that a lot. But this is just a bit too bulky, and this is useful, but and small, but it hasn't got all the usefulness of these two. So these are a compromise, because you can get Swiss Army knives that are 8 layers, right? This is a 3-layer Swiss Army knife. This is also a 3-layer Swiss Army knife. This is a 4-layer, and I don't. It's too heavy, to be honest, for me. I think it's 120 grams. This 4-layer. I like having it, and I will carry it around in certain circumstances. But for every day, I mean, I carry these around the house. I put it in the pocket in my pocket in the morning. And there's another one called the Compact, which is a 2-layer, very similar to these, right? And in my opinion, I wouldn't buy a Compact because it's more expensive than this. It has less functionality, and it's not really that much thinner. So it's actually, and this is, I want to bring this one in here. This is the Pioneer X, and it's 15mm. Sorry about the camera. 15mm thick. And it's 1mm, I think it's 24mm at the widest point here. Whereas the Compact is actually 26mm millimeters at the widest point, and 1 millimeter bigger than this. So it's the compact is less compact than this Pioneer. This is a couple of millimeters thicker and wider than the compact. It's cheaper, but this has so much utility. This is an urban, in my opinion, the best urban Victorinox everyday carry you can buy, especially for the money. The amount of things this can do. Right, let me get some direction with this video. Because I thought this was the best thing since sliced bread, and I still do, and I carry it when I'm wearing like tracksuit bottoms, because it's got this key ring on it. I'll grab that in the morning, put it on my in my pocket, so it's not going to fall out when I sit down on a chair. When I'm wearing jeans or I'm leaving the house, or any chance I can get, I'll carry this, because this is a beauty, and I've only had it about a month, and I've given it a paint job. So this is magic. This feels like magic. This feels special. It's actually almost identical to the original 1800s original Swiss Army knife called the Soldier, and the only difference is it's got that little plaque there on the back, and it's got some scissors. And that's because this is Pioneer X. So this feels special because of that. It feels special because it's got this. It's got no back tools. It's so smooth. It's lovely. It feels so dense and well made. I've dropped it loads. It doesn't get a mark on it. I've I haven't actually done this properly yet with a Dremel, but this had a one of these. But because I don't want to have a key chain on this. Because it feels so nice with this poker. This had a little bobble coming out. It felt like it was ruining it. It was ruining and sometimes I'll just take it out of my pocket and just watch TV and just hold it like that. I know that's weird, but it's nice to play with. It's nice to fidget with. It feels good. It feels really well made. It looks nice, and it's got almost all the functionality of this. So this has become my favourite Swiss Army knife, even though logic and pragmatism tells me this is the best one. So it depends what sort of person you are, and it depends what day and situation you're in. So I'll get down to the functions of these now, and I'll show you the mods I've put on this, and I'll tell you about the mods I did on this. But just before I do go a bit more into the differences, I just want to say Victorinox, these knives are un-effing believable. They're so well made. They've been around for so long. They're so much more useful than you realise. For example, right? This isn't just a can opener. I mean, I'm never going to use it as a can opener, to be honest. This is one of the mods, actually. I might as well just get to it. Look, on one of Felix Imler's videos, he's like the Swiss Army expert guy. I think he's Swedish, no, Swiss himself. But he puts in these little magnets in here, and this has been really useful because it stays in there. It doesn't add any extra weight really. And I dropped my headphones down the back of the sofa. I couldn't get them, and my hands were too thick. So I got my magnet out, put that on the end. I think I put it on the end of the blade and just poked it around. Got my headphone out. But getting to the point, the usefulness of these Swiss Army knives comes down to your imagination. Because I was round my mum's the other day and I wanted to get a picture out of a frame. She wanted to keep the picture. She wanted to give me the frame. So I said, come here, mum. Right. So I got the knife out, the little knife. Get the little knife out. There you go. Just for this has got two knives, big one and small one. And I just cut the picture out, and then the metal little prongs keeping the picture in. I couldn't get my get underneath it, so I actually did start off with what's meant to be used for prying. Really, is the big can opener stroke Phillips head but that was too sort of thick, and I thought, oh, it won't get under. So I started off with this thin cutting edge because I didn't want to use my knife on that, just to start it off. Then went to here, pulled it up to get even more leverage. So that's just an example of using a tool what it's not meant for in a situation. I mean, for example, like what I've learned from YouTube, I love YouTube. This screwdriver isn't just for opening wine. It's really good for untying knots that are too tight. And I've done it loads of times now. You just get in there, squeeze it, and take it back out, and then you can undo the knot. And the reason why I think this is better than the Super Tinker, which is the same as this but has a Phillips head, not flathead, Phillips head there, is because it holds this, which is a tiny little Phillips head. And I've used that on my kids' toys, obviously glasses. I think they call it on the Victorinox website, glasses screwdriver. Look at this. Look, Pete, I swear I never knew about this before I started getting into them recently. Swiss Army knives. Look at that. Little straight pin. And I bought that off the same guy on YouTube as I did who sold me the magnet. I mean, I mean, obviously splinters. But when I was doing this paint job here, right, I put some tape on this to so that I didn't paint the symbol, and I couldn't get the it was still wet, and I wanted to pull the tape off that I had on there while it was wet, but my nails weren't doing the job. So I pulled that pin out and just went, and just, so I've used that, you know, thought outside the box, used that straight pin on that. So that's another example. I'm not going to go through all the examples I've used these Swiss Army knives, but I mean it. They come in handy every day. What else has this got? So I showed you everything there. On the back, you've also got a parcel hook, which is good for knots as well. I've used it. Grabbing onto things that are hot. I just love this thing. I can't believe I've spent so many years of my life not having a Swiss Army knife on me at all times. And I love helping people when they need some help. You have a little moment of, oh, let me just. People don't expect it. Bam! I've got you. Let me sort you out. You need a package opening. I've got a little inline awl. Not an inline awl. This has got an inline awl. Like, let me compare. Look, this is one of the differences between these, the Pioneer X and the Climber. Look at that. That is an awl, which is good for opening up blister packaging, scraping little bits of paint off. I've got some nail varnish on there. That's actually nail varnish that I've used here. And the aul's great because and this is a slightly different sort of shaped awl, but it's good for grooming, opening up packages, scraping, making holes. And I mean, I use that on this for anything that I don't want to blunt the knife. This has got one as well. I'm going all over the place here. I will cover everything on each knife, but there's a difference between these, right? This is one of the 91mm Swiss Army knives, like this is and like that is. This is an Alox, which is aluminium casing, 93mm knife. And one of the reasons why I think this is amazing is because they have chunkier, beefier tool sets. Very similar blades. Don't know if you can see it, but this is a bit more chunky, the one on the left. The one on the right is slightly thinner and slightly smaller. So this is more like a knife with tools, and this is more like a pen knife. But this one on the left, the Pioneer X, does not have a second blade. But I don't think you really need it. There is actually one called the it's a recent one. It's called the Swiss Companion, Victorinox Companion, which is this, but instead of the can opener, it has a package opener. It looks slightly different to that, so it is a contender for. Oh, this also has a little Phillips head screwdriver, 2D Phillips head on the top. But you can use this as a package opener anyway. That's what I think. And it's you know, it's subjective. For me, the Climber is unreal. It's better value as well. It's good. I think I bought this for £27. The one downside. This is £27. This was 42, right? But this just feels like magic. Oh, the magnet's bloody gone there. This feels like I'm walking around with a piece of history, a piece of magic, Harry Potter's special wand, you know, something like that. This feels like I'm walking around like Inspector Gadget, and I've got any situation covered. This is almost every situation covered because like on this, you've got your two open. You got your opening layer on here. You got your opening layer, but it's this is actually these are beefier, slightly thicker, slightly bigger. You can see that. So it's going to be able to handle bigger jobs, a bit more prying. You've also got, this is the same for the other knife as well. Wire cutter, you put the wire in there, put that down there, twist it round. They both have scissors. I mean, this is why I think these two are the best for me. I think the Victorinox scissors, these are the best multi-tool scissors you can get. These are actually self-sharpening, the shape of them, the way they curl around on each other. So every time you use them, they're sharpening each other. Unbelievable. I love that. They I haven't got any power cord on me now, but you get the 550 power cord test. You see that on other YouTube channels. Slice through it like butter. And the scissors are the same on this and that. This has the advantage because it's got the, sorry about the camera, mate. Let me sort that out. I'll stay there. This has got the scale tools, toothpick, and tweezers. And this is another example of thinking outside the box. This isn't just a toothpick. The other day, my vape had a little seed in it where my mouth is going to go. Like it was off the top of my McDonald's burger. And I thought, oh, how long's that been in my pocket? I've got a seed in my vape now. Out. Done. I was vaping in seconds. I should quit though. So yes, this has got scissors, the opening layer, two knives. I've shown you that. I think I've shown you everything really on this. But, so that's thicker. It's lighter, a lot lighter. These Key Smart, this is a knockoff, but the Key Smart things I would recommend. But this is the Don. So I've shown you the 9mm, I've shown you the big knife. It's got scissors and the opening layer, but that's it. It's got no other bits and bobs. Oh yeah, I'll talk about the mods on here. Oh, so the mods on here, I've shown you the magnet and I've added the pin, which comes with the compact, by the way. So that's one of the reasons why it's more expensive. That's 27 quid. Compact's 51 at the moment. This is 41, and you're missing the scale tools and the back tools. But like I say, it just feels amazing. It is very special. And yeah, the mods. So I went online. So there's a video on YouTube about putting nail varnish on this. Then you sand it so the paint comes off the top little bits, so it looks really weathered. So I didn't really like the look of this when it came, but then I got my missus nail varnish out, tried to match that red there, and I saw a conversation on Reddit. So instead of using sandpaper, they were saying get some acetone and just brush with like, oh, what did I use? Toilet paper, I think. Just some acetone, and I just went just gently over it. Look at that. It looks like a 1800s original soldier Swiss Army knife. fell in love. This is the one. I'm going to pass that down to my kids and my grandchildren, hopefully. So, yeah, so I've spoke about them. You can't lose with these two. And I like when I go out, the scale tools, these are my keys, and these have the tweezers and the toothpick. So I'm not really missing out there. So those two pair up. This is if I want to really urban EDC and be ready. This is like if I want to be ready on steroids, because it doesn't have, to be honest, I think it'd be better if it had the corkscrew, because it holds the additional small screwdriver. This is the Tinker Deluxe. It has all the other tools I mentioned on the climber, but it also has tweezers, and mate, these are underestimated. These come in useful more than you realise. You're not going to change a car engine with this, but mate, just think about all the times you can't get the thing out. You can't get the little thing out. Oh, I've ruined my table. You know, your nose hairs. Oh, there's a long one. Pull it out. Oh, it's too hot. Boom, I've got it. And I just want to say, I'm going to leave it on this with this. What is it? Where is it? I think this is cool. They made the bottom saw thicker than the top, so when you saw in through wood, it doesn't stick. I thought that was very clever. Anyway, get a Swiss Army knife. Think outside the box. You'll start realising it's more useful than you realise, and you'll start spreading joy, and you'll get a buzz out of helping people. So, yeah, sorry the video's a bit long. It's the longest one I've done now. Hope you all enjoy your lives. All the best in your adventures, and thanks for watching.